dating scene as an Asian is cooked. Like, I swear every person I talk to have the same issues. The first being, obviously, always have commitment issues. I know a lot of people date to date, but in my head that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why are you talking to someone if you don't have any interest of like actually being with them in the future? And I feel like that's why so many situationships happen. And I'm sorry, I'm just not understanding, like, we're only getting older, guys. Like, the second issue I always come across is that they're always somehow a little bit narcissistic. It's always about me, 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 me. Only think about themselves and like, like, no, baby. Like being so self-centered sickens me. The third is that they're avoidant, okay? And all these issues start piling up. And you're left there like, what the freak am I doing wrong? Because you can't read their mind. Lastly, the biggest one of them all, lust over love. Why is it so common these days that these men just be thinking with their dick? Like, whatever happened to being a gentleman? Whatever happened to candlelit dinners? Whatever happened to talking until the sunrise comes up and you can see the stars and everything? Ah! Like, what happened to the cute little dates? Like, why is it always boba and back shots? I quit!
See, this girl has plenty of men that want her. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. She doesn't date within her own race. She's chasing a guy that's not in her own race. She wants to date outside, so that's going to cut her options in half, right? Now, the guy that she wants is a guy who's charismatic, smooth, and all of this stuff that women like. But see, what she doesn't understand is you are not the prize when you're chasing attractive men. We're going to be all the way across the board, blood raw and honest with this. Women don't seem to understand this because a bunch of other guys act this way. So by default, he should act this way. But when it comes to selecting them, no, they're different. We need to treat them different. You see how their mind works? It doesn't make any sense. These guys are all the same, yet the guys I want are different. I'm going to treat them different, but the way they should treat me should still remain all the same. But if they treat me all the same, then eventually I'm not going to like this guy, because even though he's attractive, he's going to act like that guy, which is going to make me therefore unattracted to him. Still act like all the simps and chase me though. This is why they get frustrated. Self-centered is just code for a man who's focused on himself and won't simp and chase and follow behind her. If you have a bunch of guys that do that and you're not attracted to them, why does the attractive man have to do that? Why does that frustrate you so much? The reason why men aren't doing romantic things, when she's saying, you know, men all think with their, you know, their Johnson, the little head, it's because you guys reward men who do next to nothing. It's only boba tea and back shots. You reward that. Men wake up to this and stop doing the sucker simp game. Let's roll clip number 2.
I felt like I was vibing with this guy that I met tonight. And I was with 2 of my guy friends and they were like, ask him for his number, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, if he's interested in me, like he'll ask for my number. But they were like, no, just like ask for his number. It's fine. And then we were walking out. My friend was like, oh, you guys should exchange numbers. So then we did. And I was like, okay, let me know if you're going out after this. And he's like, yeah, I'll text you. And I was like, well, if I go home, like, I'm not going to come back here. So I'll just wait for you to be done. And he just didn't, I don't know. He just kind of like disappeared. And I was waiting for his text. And he never texted me. Like, I feel like in no circumstance should I go ask a man for his number, because if he doesn't ask for mine, then he doesn't like me. And then it puts me in these like uncomfortable rejection situations that make me end up feeling bad. And so like, I'm not doing that again. That was horrid.
Pay attention to what she said. Let's break it down. See, as men, we're logical, and this is why they don't like intelligent men, by the way. My 2 guy friends, who do you think's paying for everything that night? You think the 2 guy friends, maybe they could have girlfriends, but let's just really think about it. My 2 guy friends, attention from men, outside of being romantic or anything. And a lot of the times when they have these friends that they party with, they smashed a couple of these dudes too. Now, the guy that she's attracted to, and I said this in a video prior, it's funny how it's just like, I don't even like to be right all the time. It's just funny. The guy that she's attracted to, she assumes automatically should be attracted to her. Her friends hype her up like, yo, just go give him your number. She gives him the number under the assumption that he's definitely going to be attracted to me. You know what? Why not? Let me just do this. He's not. He showed with his actions that he's not. But it's funny that they think that all men are the same based on the treatment from simps, based on the treatment from guys that really want them. But with an attractive man, how do you even know that he's attracted to you? All you know is that you're attracted to him. You shot your shot, you got rejected. We have to go through this every day. See, even as an attractive man, you have to have thick skin. I ain't even talking about looks. I'm talking about the way you feel about yourself, your presentation. You're charismatic. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. You'll say something, you'll keep it pushing. You're not chasing. That's half of the game that makes you attractive. But it's just so funny that she thought that this guy was supposed to bite. And like, she still makes these rules and all of this stuff, but you're attracted to him. You don't know if he's attracted to you. Ludicrous. Let's roll clip number 3.
I'm starting to realize that, yes, men and women are delusional, but women, y'all are very much delusional, because it's a narrative. It's a false narrative on these here TikTok streets that somehow men are lonely and women are turning their back on men and men just can't get any women, and, so on and so. Do y'all know how many desperate women there are out here? That man could punch babies for a living, and there will always be a woman there to love him, take care of him, be with him, have sex with him, do whatever, lick up the crumbs that he throws on the floor. Whatever narrative is being put on TikTok that these men have no options, no, they have plenty of options. They have plenty, more than enough. At least for the ones that's halfway decent looking. Even that don't even matter. There's always going to be a more desperate woman.
This woman is telling the truth in this clip, and women try to make up this lie of, these men just don't want to try anymore. Well, somebody's giving it up for free. Somebody's making it extremely easy for a guy to just tell you, I ain't doing that. Nah, flowers die. I would never do something like that. Flowers die. Why would I get flowers? No. Let's do some tea and a hike. Let's do some ice cream. Let's sit in the park. Let's grab a Danish with some coffee. Let's go on a walk. See, the reason why guys are doing this is because they're attractive enough to go through certain situations where it was good enough and it worked. And when women rejected them, they didn't pay attention to that and they kept getting on with women who it just worked with. Men are just looking for cooperation. Plenty of options for men. Do not believe the lies. Right now, I got a phone full of chicks and I have a main chick. Literally have a main chick that does everything for me, goes the extra mile for me. I think I'm an attractive guy. So why would I ever go out of my way to chase behind a woman? There's a bunch of guys just like me. Not the guys sitting around complaining of they don't have options. The attractive men that either choose to just stay single, date casually, or say, I'm focusing on me and my bread. Let's get into the next clip.
I feel like I'm conducting anthropological research by asking literally every man that I know, why do men not approach women? And it always comes back to this fear of being called creepy. And it's just sad. Like, why would someone else perceive another person to be creepy if they just went up and started talking to them? Like, that is literally the basic fundamentals to building any sort of connection in life. And I know this gets really heated because it's always talked about from a romantic perspective, but I want to challenge everyone to take a step away from the whole romantic thing and just think about relationship building fundamentally and in general. How do we make new friends in life? How do we make new connections? We just go up and talk to people. We find points of connection, points of common ground. And my belief is that a healthy, strong relationship, like romantic relationship in particular, needs to have the foundation layer of like trust and mutual respect for another person. And mutual respect for another person is also one of the fundamental building blocks to friendship. So by that logic, your partner should deep down, like at baseline, should be like your best friend and how you treat your best friend.
And when you think about building those friendships, like it all comes from finding the points of connection, putting yourself out there. So I guess my thesis and my point is like, it doesn't have to be that deep to just go up and approach someone. We can't let fear like literally stifle us and paralyze us from just putting ourselves out there and meeting new people. And so this whole creepy narrative really pisses me off because, if I go up to someone and I put myself out there, am I going to be called creepy? It just really is annoying. Or like, maybe I wouldn't be called creepy, but maybe people would be like, why is this girl talking to me? And it's like, why not?
Why shouldn't we just go up and talk to people? This really drives me insane.
You see, it's funny that now women want to talk. They want to talk about guys not approaching and thinking that it's creepy. No. The guys that think approaching is creepy are guys that assume that they're creepy based on the way that they look and the way that they are. They've dealt with you, have gotten rejected a bunch of times. They're not your type. So they just stop approaching you. Let's be honest. The reason why attractive men are staying single is in today's title, because when women are opening their mouth, they're only talking about attractive men who they're attracted to. So what's the problem here? Now she's trying to dissect it and say, well, you know, this is how we make friends and this, that, and the third. No, cut it out. Cut it out. The jig is up. You're only complaining because the men that you're attracted to aren't approaching you. You're not talking to the rest of the guys. I'm trying to tell you, women try to pull the wool over your eyes. Men are still approaching. Women get approached. You guys think approaching is just walking up to a woman. No, approaching is shooting your shot in the DM on dating apps, as well as walking up to a chick, as well as flirting at your job and stuff like that. They're getting people that want to be with them. They don't want them. They're waiting for this one guy. They're holding out for this one guy. Keep up with that strategy if you want, because the guy that's willing to do all the things you want a guy to do is right in front of your face. Remember, back to the other clip. Yeah, my 2 guy friends I was out with. What about them? They have these guys in the background. Attractive men have this knowledge and this know-how from being a friend that was smashing before, for all of these type of things, right? But when they're talking about approaching them, they're talking to attractive men.